What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been so long since I updated you on what is going on with me. So I wanted to give you a little recap based on where we left off. So if you remember, or if you follow along on my videos, you will recall that I put on a significant amount of vacation weight when I went on my trip to Mexico. I had planned to completely go off keto for that trip, so it was totally expected. And I came back from my vacation up 10 pounds about from my pre-vacation weight. So I was 127 pounds. Really, it was mostly water weight and bloat just from the carbohydrates. I put myself back on a deficit keto plan. So I put myself on one of my own customized keto plans with a macros calculated at a deficit for weight loss to just kind of get me back on track and back at a good rhythm. It actually was very effective, and within about 12 days, I was back to pre-vacation weight, actually even a little lighter at 117 pounds. And I don't want to continue losing weight. That's not my goal. I actually would like to focus on stabilizing my weight and putting on muscle and muscle building and gains. So now where I'm at is a brand new set of macros, a new keto plan that's not a significant deficit, because I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm trying to actually just tighten, tone, and put on some muscle. So it's really going to be protein focused and probably up about 300 calories or so from what I was eating on the deficit plan. I still will incorporate a weekly cheat meal or cheat day because those work well for me. It keeps my metabolism really healthy and functioning. So it's always something that I've incorporated. I was able to lose the vacation weight all while still incorporating that weekly cheat. Keeps the body guessing, keeps the metabolism revved up. So that is just my little quick recap for you guys. I will do a full day of eating today so that you guys can see what that looks like at my new macros, which I will put up here so you can see this is kind of like what I am targeting right now. So yeah, so let's see what kind of that looks like for me. I'm following my plan, so we'll see. So as you can see here, I'm actually pretty lean. So I'm not necessarily trying to get any leaner. I just would like to kind of fill in, I think, a little bit. Fill in and get more muscular and see what I can do with this 43-year-old body in terms of muscle gains. What's up, you guys? I am heading into Whole Foods. Just want to pick up a few things. I did most of my grocery shopping already, but I like to just browse Whole Foods every once in a while just to see if they have anything different or new that I can try. So that's what I'm doing today. So I picked up a couple things at Whole Foods. Now I'm just relaxing with some iced espresso because it's a beautiful day and I just want to enjoy a little bit of the sunshine without being go, go, go all the time. But here's my Whole Foods haul. So I will show you guys what I got. Just a few things. I just really wanted to browse around kind of. Whole Foods is like my toy store kind of. So I just got a few things. I picked this up as like a little side with burgers tonight. I love the cracklings. And then I'm gonna do like a zoodle spaghetti tomorrow. So I got some roasted garlic, some Parmesan, and zoodles. That is what's on the meal plan for tomorrow. And then this, just a good snack, jicama sticks. These are a little bit of a guilty pleasure because they do raise my insulin or my blood sugar a little bit, but I still feel like it's better than the real thing. So I like to have some on hand as a little treat every once in a while. Time to get to work. Okay, so here on the screen, I have my new macros. I wanted to talk about them a little bit. As you can see, I bumped them up. Previously on my deficit macros when I returned from vacation, I was at like 1265. So 1585. I kept the percentage breakdowns pretty similar. Now, I'm sure you're looking at the 10% carbohydrates, 40 carbs. Those carbs and fats aren't a goal. So the way I handle my macros is I really focus on the caloric intake as well as the protein goal. So everything else will kind of fall into place as long as I'm picking the right foods. So for protein, I'm going to pick fatty, good quality protein. If there isn't a lot of fat in the protein, like if I go for chicken or something like that, then I would cook it in olive oil, and that will kind of help line up the macronutrients. The carbs I look at as a limit. So total carbohydrates, I will never go over 40 grams of total carbs, but most likely it will be significantly less than that. Fats kind of just make up the rest. So I really just focus on calories and protein. Everything else kind of falls in line. And so you'll see as I go throughout the day where I end up, how it kind of falls based on what I'm eating. I find that if you make protein a goal, it just makes it a lot easier because people tend to undereat protein and fill up or use their macros on things that are just have fats. And then what happens is you don't have enough calories left in order to get that protein in. And what's really important to understand that although the standard keto macronutrient breakdown initially is really important while you're becoming fat adapted, down the road, you'll want to transition off of those macros into less dietary fat because it'll help your body burn up stored body fat for fuel rather than the dietary fat. Your body's always going to use dietary fat first because it's easier. But that is why it helps if you have a little bit of guidance, because that's not something that you want to do too soon. You don't want to drop the fats too soon because then your body won't get fully fat adapted. So that's why I just have to preface that whenever I'm putting my macros out here for you guys to see, because I don't want you to think that it's necessarily the right macros and the right route for you. It really does depend on how long you've been doing keto, what your goals are, and where you are at in your journey. So just something to keep in mind, because I've been doing this for years and this is where I'm at, but it may not be where you are at. So I don't want to just, give you guys misinformation or have you jump on macros that won't really work for you. Of course, I'm always happy to answer any questions you may have. So comment below about your personal situation and I'll give you my recommendations. So go ahead and comment and I will be commenting back to all of you. So with my new macros, it's actually quite a lot of food, so I have to be really strategic with it. Now I've planned everything out ahead of time to strategically fit my macros, and so I know what I'm doing. It just makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, if you kind of just wing it, you'll find yourself at the end of the day where things aren't, matching up where they should be. So I find that it's easiest to meet my protein goal every day if I break my fast with a protein shake. Now, I do like to keep my protein still super clean, so I go with the Perfect Keto Whey protein. And I'm actually going to do a scoop and a half of this in my protein shake. So I'm going to show you guys what exactly I break my fast with. So I do a scoop and a half of the Perfect Keto protein powder. This is the vanilla flavor. And then I actually do a packet of this, which is the, it's an acai unsweetened, and it's frozen. So this will give your protein shake texture without watering it down. So I need some scissors, hold on a second. I actually like to make acai bowls with this stuff as well. If you have not tried it, it's available at Trader Joe's has a different brand, but something similar. Make sure you get unsweetened. But it's also available at like Sprouts and Whole Foods and Target. Target is where I actually initially found it. So another trick to increase your protein intake is to eat like a pure protein, which is egg whites. Basically, it's pure protein. So I do a 1/4 cup of egg whites in my shake. These are pasteurized, so it's perfectly healthy to eat these raw. And it's just a great way to help hit that protein goal without consuming a ton of calories, because it's basically just like a pure protein source, and it actually gives your shake a very creamy texture as well. And you don't taste it, so don't worry about that. It gives it a nice texture, and it adds that protein in. Then I'm going to do a tablespoon of the fat butter from ONNIT. This is an almond, so I will just measure out 1 tablespoon of that. Now I'm just going to put some water in here. You could also put some Dannon Too Good yogurt in here, which actually gives it a good flavor. But I love my yogurt, so I like to eat it separately. I don't like to consume it as part of my shake. So then that's it. You just blend this up. So there you have it, guys. It's really simple. It's very like kind of earthy tasting. It's oddly addicting. Like you have a sip and then it makes you want more. Does that make sense? Anyway, this is how I break my fast, and this really helps me reach that protein goal. So here are the stats for this particular shake, and on to the next meal. So I absolutely love my yogurt. So no matter what meal plan, no matter what macros I'm on, I incorporate this regardless, just because it is something that I love to eat every single day. I do change up the topping though, depending on what macros I need to hit and what I have in the house. On this particular day on my meal plan, I have yogurt along with a 1/4 cup of this granola. Now this is a different one that I haven't showed you guys before on here. It's Lolli's cookie clusters, and I will link them down below. I do have a discount code for them. She's got a couple of different flavors. This is cinnamon pecan crunch. Actually, let me show you the other one. This is my absolute favorite, but it's almost out. It's the peanut butter macadamia. Really good stats on this. Really good ingredients, good quality. And I like to top my Dannon Too Good yogurt with a 1/4 cup of this. I also wanted to give you guys a little tip when it comes to yogurt. Now, if you notice, the Dannon Too Good, when you open it, it doesn't have like the liquid that pools at the top that most yogurt has. If you do not have Dannon Too Good, which has excellent stats for keto, but if you have not been able to find this particular yogurt, what you can do is find a yogurt with the best possible stats you can find. So plain, unflavored is best. And then when you open it, if there's liquid that pools at the top, dump that out, because that is actually what's called the whey of the yogurt. And inside that whey contains the carbs and the sugar. So by dumping it out and just eating what's left, eating the solid part of your yogurt, you're significantly improving the stats of that yogurt. In fact, the reason why on these particular yogurts you don't see a lot of that is these have already been strained. They're twice strained to give it the best possible macronutrient breakdown, which is why they're only 2 grams of sugar, whereas most yogurts are significantly more. So there's a little tip for you guys on how to improve the macros of yogurt if you can't find Dannon Too Good. All right, I am back at my desk. I am going to take my day pack since I just ate. This is from ONNIT Total Human. Nothing different there, guys. If you follow me, then you know what my supplementation is all about already. But it basically has everything that I need in terms of micronutrients to stay healthy, energetic, in balance. Got my krill oil in there. My electrolytes are in there. So I'm just gonna take some of those. Well, I actually just dump them all in my mouth at one time. I'm washing my Hydro Flask. So I'm using this to drink my water today. And I find that I'm such a creature of habit that I feel like it's harder to drink it out of this because I'm so used to my Hydro Flask. And my Hydro Flask, I know I only have to refill it twice to get my minimum water intake in. This I have to refill like a million times. Anyway, so then what I do is I put this on my nightstand and I take this before bed. The night pack does have like additional nutrients in there that are beneficial to take at night, as well as like melatonin and 5-HTP and things like that for like to relax the brain. So that I will put on my nightstand. Now I'm pretty much just working on client meal plans and macros. It's kind of what I do all day long. I tend to do my client check-ins first thing in the morning when I'm most energetic. So I've got my coaching client check-ins done for the day, and now I'm just working on meal plans. Burgers tonight. Nice big fat burger. Gotta measure it out. So here we've got some epic pork cracklings, a grass-fed burger with cheddar cheese, and underneath here is a big old portobello mushroom. Okay guys, this is how I'm gonna end my day with the keto bar from Perfect Keto. This is the new cinnamon roll flavor. It's really good. It basically tastes like a cinnamon roll, super clean ingredients. This is my one kind of like snacky, treaty thing, even though it is really clean. So I feel good about it. Yeah, so that's how I will end my day. So that concludes today's full day of eating at my new macros. I can tell you guys, had I not had that pre-planned in a plan, or at least done some pre-planning myself, it would be really difficult to hit those macros, and especially landing on that protein without going over all my calories. So I feel really good about all the food I get to eat. It's a lot of food. It feels very satisfying. Definitely not hungry at all because my body is used to eating around 12 or 1300 calories a day. So I'm enjoying these new macros. We'll see what it does to my body. I'll definitely keep you guys updated, as well as my workouts and what I'm going to be implementing now with these new macros. So make sure, if you are not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, subscribe, hit the bell so that you're notified when I post new videos, so that you can follow along with my progress on my new macros, and we'll see if I can do some of this.